the Stoker Review, and for this week I'm going to do the new Duo cigars from Lucky Leaf Cigars. Now I was sent this package from Jeff Dunphy, and I really appreciate it, Jeff, to do a review on. As you can see, he sent me 2 cigars. This is going to be our first impressions because I always save one cigar just in case I do something stupid like I drop the cigar, do something that it's my fault, not the cigar's fault for messing up on video. So anyway, like I said, they sent me 2 cigars and a nice little card on the back that tells all about it. This is a Toro, a 6x52. Says medium to full. Wrapper is Brazilian. The origin is Dominican. The card says an oily Brazilian Arapiraca Maduro wrapper houses the blend of premium Dominican long fillers and a Dominican binder. With spot-on construction and unique blend, this cigar will deliver full, smooth flavor from beginning to end. Each Duo cigar is hand-rolled with aged blend Dominican long fillers with subtle added flavors of chocolate and coffee. The Maduro wrapper completes the profile with a great smoke, burnt consistency. The aftertaste is mellow, pleasant, featuring an enjoyable sweetness that relaxes your palate. So anyway, let's go ahead and take one of these out here and check it out. Now I've been letting these sit in my humidor for a while. They came in about the middle of January while I was actually in the Dominican Republic at the Davidoff factory. Was doing a tour down there, and when I came back, I got kind of sick with the sinus infection. So these have been sitting in my humidor for about 3 weeks. So for the travel, they should be ready to go. Anyway, throw that away. Let's take a look at this thing here. There's a cigar itself, like that. If you look at the wrapper, nice and toothy wrapper, and there's the. Let's see if it'll focus on the stick. I guess I don't know what it's doing there. Anyway, it's a pretty good looking cigar here. The cap on looks a little rough, but it's not nothing too bad or nothing. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut the cap off and let's see how it goes. There you go. See if it'll. Oh, there it goes. Well, it's kind of really light colored tobacco. It's pretty cool. There's a foot there. If it'll focus, it won't focus. It's got a perfect draw. It has a very, very sweet flavor on cold and cold draw. It almost reminds me too of like those ginger snap cookies, kind of a flavor on there. Kind of like sweet, that little baking spice, but kind of cookie flavor. I mean, this is going to be pretty interesting. Let me take off this gold silk band here, and we'll light it up. Using my Zeno Davidoff lighter. I usually use the Zeno lighter. I usually use my Davidoff lighter, but it's a little bit too windy out here. On Fat Tuesday, happy Mardi Gras to everybody. Which, I know some of you Yankees probably don't know what that is, but you can Google it. Pretty tasty right off the bat on the cigar. I mean, they're pretty right in the description. I'm getting is leathery. That's kind of a note that I'm getting It's almost from it lingers on the palate a lot longer than the rest of the notes. But I do get that chocolate and that coffee note that they were talking about on the actual description, you know, which usually you kind of take it with a grain of salt because it is marketing fluff. But I do get that, I do get that chocolate and that coffee right from even from the very beginning. It has a nice oakiness to it too. Just kind of really good flavor. So far off to a really tasty start. I'm really enjoying the cigar. So far the body of it's probably medium plus, but like I said, you know, we're just in the cigar. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get to about the halfway point, and I'll be back to let you know how it is. See you in a second. Right when it came on camera. Well, you can see that I'm about at a halfway point now. The cigar I get, so look at the back of it. Got a little bit of uneven burn, but it's not bad at all. No relights, no touch-ups, something like that. It's been a really full flavored cigar. I get a lot of bitter chocolate. I get that like espresso coffee. I get leather notes, and I get a nice graham cracker note on it too. It's got a nice bitterness to it that you can kind of you know, kind of what you get like with like dark coffee, espresso coffee, you know, or dark chocolate. That nice bitterness that goes with those. It's not like a bad bitterness, but it's kind of just a nice complement to the flavor profile. That's kind of what I'm getting out of the cigar. Definitely a very tasty smoke. Anyway, that's pretty much all I'm getting on the flavor so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish the cigar up, and I'll be back to let you know my final impressions. See you in a second. Hey, buddy. I'm in the latter half of the cigar now. The flavors have pretty much stayed the same. The only thing that's changed is it's gotten a lot more bitter. It's not so bitter that I would put it down, but it's kind of at the point where I kind of don't enjoy that bitterness at the end of it. Like, but I'm still smoking it though, so it's not that too off-putting. But it's something I'm kind of not enjoying there. I think probably if I just let them sit in my humidor for a little while, I think that would be tamed down some. But that's, you know, that's just what I think. But I really enjoyed the flavors all the way up to this point. I really like that dark cocoa, that espresso note, that like graham cracker, ginger snap kind of a spice cookie note that I got from the very beginning. It lasted for probably the first quarter of the cigar, then it kind of faded away, and I was left with like mainly the leather, dark chocolate, and the like espresso, real dark, heavy coffee. It's really good. I get a nice oaky woodiness to it too, kind of in the background. But right now, the bitterness is kind of overshadowing pretty much all the rest of the flavors. Like right now, what I'm getting is just those bitter notes. I'm getting the dark chocolate and the coffee, but now it's a little bit unbalanced because I'm getting a whole lot of bitterness. So, but through and through, I still enjoy the cigar. To me, if you want to compare it to something else, if you like La Flor Dominicana, like their double hair of Maduros, or you like undercrowns, Liga Privada #9s, you know, stuff in that same vein, then you will definitely like the cigar, because it reminds me a lot of those, like a little bit of each of those, especially with the dark chocolate and the coffee note in there. You know, it's in a nice kind of that little spice note. Like, I mean, I mainly get that with kind of like a graham cracker, you know, ginger snap type of spice, you know, like that baking spice with a nice with that kind of toasty note in it that, you know, kind of reminds me of like cookies or graham cracker or something like that. I really enjoyed that. But like I said, getting near the end, it's really bitter. But I think if they just sat a little while, I think that would really be tamed down. So probably what I'm going to do is I'll post this review, and I still have that one left. What I think I might do to see if I'm right is set this one down, and I'm going to come back to it a little bit later and see how it compares with this one and see how it does. But I don't know what the MSRP is in the cigar. They didn't let me know what it was. But still, I really do think it's a pretty good stick. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed the first, you know, 3/4 of the cigar until it got to be the end of it, which got to be really bitter. So I would definitely pick these up again. I just think this is a good stick, and it's something that I definitely want to check out again. Just like I said, I just think I want to set that one down a while and see if that bitterness doesn't get tamed by a little bit more aging time on it. So we'll see how it goes. So on that note, I'll see you next time.